So we're going to start here outside of the Pleasure Beach Gardens, which work their way up towards the Pleasure Beach. Sarah's Tea Rooms is open again. This is the first weekend after lockdown that everything is open. As you can see, it's very quiet. The Upside Down House is also open. A couple of years ago they used to have segways on here, if anyone remembers those. They were great fun. Almost looks like a karting track, but it's these little bikes and stuff that you get on. Are they £1 or something like that? And obviously Pleasure Beach doing their bit for coronavirus with these hand sanitation points everywhere, which is quite good, which everyone should be using. It is such a shame that when I was a kid they never had anything like this. How great is this? Little digger that you can play on for £1. Great place to come in, get a coffee or a tea. Love the little hedges they've got here. Obviously, so you can sit here, have a coffee or a tea while the kids play on those little bikes. As a kid, these used to be my favourite, the orbiters they're like bumper cars really, and spin round in all different directions. So as we come up here, this was added a few years ago. It's a bit of a drive around attraction. It's called Jurassic Gardens. It's a little bit spaced out with the theming, but still pretty cool. The little buggies that you go on are really good. They take you around the track, seeing all the dinosaurs. Some of these move, I believe. So these are just like the other little cars up along the seafront gardens where you put a couple of £1 in and you drive yourself around this little course. So I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Does anyone remember, just here there was a lake with these boats in it that used to fire off plastic balls? Does anyone remember that? They used to be so cool. I never ever went on them, but if anyone's got any memories of those, let us know in the comments below. So last time I was here, this was all very quiet. Glad to see this is up and running again. As I've said before, when you go on this and you lick your lips and you think it's a little bit salty, this is actually seawater that they use in here. Is anyone daring to go on it today? Oh, there's one person over there. So the way you get into the Pleasure Beach now is completely different. Like most theme parks around the UK, you have to book online prior to your visit. Use a QR code to scan, and there's different time slots that you can go into the Pleasure Beach, and then they allow about a couple of hours to actually clean and sanitize all the rides. Hence why this is always foamy, because it is seawater and the algae obviously gets affected by it. Unlike Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I don't think anyone's ever put anything in there to make it foamy. I'm not in the wet zone, which is good. So on your email, you'll get details of which gate you're allowed into. So on my email, it says I'm in gate B. So I found gate B. On your email, it'll tell you whether you're gate A, gate B, or gate C. And literally you walk in, get greeted by this very nice man, who will then send you over to one of these booths, which you basically will scan your QR code that you got for your email. So it's actually really good to see the Pleasure Beach open. I think we'll go to the top end of the park first. So shame about the weather today, a little bit sunny, but a fair bit of cloud around. So when you come out of the log flume, brilliant place to get dry in there. You see all the kids just drying out on a big hairdryer, only £2. Obviously my time slot is between 10:30 and 1:30, so I've got that time. Obviously I don't need a wristband because obviously I've already come in with my code, so you won't need to go to collect any wristbands or tokens. You just go on any ride you want. This always greets you when you come into the Pleasure Beach, which has been here for a very long time. All the staff wearing their masks, look. So they've got this new ride here this year. This is the Lightning 360, which apparently is unique to the UK. Something similar in Blackpool actually, the Red Arrows, but where it spins you around as you go up in the air. I love the lighting effects on this. They every so often do like little lightning flashes on it, which is really cool. So they swivel around and they go up and down as well. I'll probably feel a bit sick after going on this ride. If you've never been into a 4D cinema before and you want to know what it's all about, it's basically when you watch a little animation or a little mini film, your chair moves and you get wind effects, sometimes smell effects as well. They're showing the Son of Bigfoot 4D. Trusty pirate ship that's been in that spot for a long time. Can't go wrong with the pirate ship. The toilets are open and a place to get yourself a drink. Obviously the social distancing signs are everywhere, making sure you're staying safe. Can't sit inside, but you can get yourself up to the bar, get yourself a drink and head outside. This has been redesigned the last few years. Just use my hand sanitizer. I think I remember coming in here once as a kid and you get all these little moving things and there's this really big open area here as well. I'm sure I remember back in the day there was like a ball pit in here, if anyone remembers that. Whoa! I always worry I'm going to get my feet caught in there. Basically you'll find just loads of these and it's just like trying to step on it at the right time and not fall over. Whoa, am I supposed to look fat there? I don't know. The camera adds £10. One of my favourite places, the Dodgems. Love these. I love the smell that the Dodgems give off. The theming of The Simpsons is still on it. And I think it's only right I quickly take a trip in the ghost train. The social distancing is here in place. Upside down light, I like it. Love the theming on this ride actually. Which way? It looks like you should get on it that way, but you obviously get on it this way. Alright. This is going to be dark in here. I'm not going to switch the light on because it'll probably ruin it and you probably won't see much, so we'll skip to some good bits. Okay, they are freaky. Wow, these are really spooky. What a spooky hallway. That's really good. Quickly, briefly come outside. It's a scary tree. And the jump scare at the end. And we survived. So again, Pleasure Beach has loads of great places to go and get yourself some food from the food court here. I think one year my daughter wanted me to get her a fish from here. I don't think they do them anymore, they're just toys. Little ride there for the kids. This is actually a good fun ride. It's a bit like the Magic Mouse, which you've probably seen in other theme parks and stuff like that. Family Star. I laugh every time I see these photos, especially this guy. I think he must be on drugs, or he's just been on it and enjoyed it that much. I last went on one of these in Gran Canaria. It doesn't drop you from the top, it just shoots you up, back down, up and down, rather than going to the top and then dropping you. We're going to take a trip on the monorail. Great view of the rest of the Pleasure Beach up here actually, so it's definitely worth taking a trip on the monorail. Great view of the Pleasure Beach from up here. If you're afraid of heights, it's not really that high. Not really. I love the fact that the monorail literally goes over the roller coaster, so when it's going you can see it from a bird's eye view. Over there you can see the brand new Premier Inn, and I guess which will be the start of the Edge development, which has been in planning and red tape for quite some time, and funding, but hopefully that should get started hopefully soon. Obviously with coronavirus everything's been put on hold, but plans for a cinema, restaurants, even a casino there as well. So when you book online you've got time slots to come into the park, which does have its benefits. There's not as many people in the park, which means you're queuing less for your favourite rides. And actually, there's nothing worse when you come to any theme park, and I've done it in the past where I pay loads of money, and then by the time I actually get on any rides, I probably get about 2 rides out of it. So at least by doing this, it limits the amount of people that are on the park, and you get to go on a lot more rides. So getting ready to ride the roller coaster, and this was built back in 1932. And it stands as the only remaining ride of its kind in the UK. There's only 8 of these in the world. If you're coming on, every other seat is available, all that social distancing, and you see the brakeman there, he gets to ride it every time. I think everyone's favourite drop is now coming up. You can't see it, it just goes hidden, and oh my god! Can you see the guy there? He's the one who brakes the coaster if it's going too fast. So a few rides up here, the Twister which we saw from the monorail. I think I can remember up here they used to have like a couple of slides or something, didn't they? Obviously that's now all car park up there. Okay, so this is gonna make your head go a little bit, but I'm gonna go in the upside down house, which is a Instagram dream apparently. So the entrance is just here. Obviously using the hand sanitizer before we go in. As we step in, straight away I automatically feel weird. Everything is upside down, including all the photos. And you look up to the roof and you can see what should be the floor. This is great. So there's steps there that go down, that go up. Checking out the toilet. I am so freaked out. I'm thankful that that's there, otherwise I'd get so confused. We're in the toilet now. This is the toilet. And we're on the roof as I'm walking into the toilet. I'm so confused. Thankfully nobody's used that. Okay, so let's go and walk upstairs. So as we come up to the living room, seriously, just walking around this makes you feel really dizzy. I don't know what it looks like on video, but yeah. So this is the kitchen, I think. Yeah, the kitchen. Mustard there, the tap. Oh, and the sink, of course. It's my toaster there. And over on this side, I'm trying not to fall over, is the bedroom. That looks like a really comfy bed. Obviously it's not that comfy, it's rock hard. Lamp there with the alarm clock on. And the person that lives here is a very nicely dressed man with his suit and his shoes up there as well. Oh, nice rug. What's that? Don't know what that would be used for. So this must be the most dizziest attraction, and the whole thing's not actually moving. It's just the fact that this is well, I am actually going down in a slope here, but I'm in the living room. This is the living room. This is really gonna make your head go. I'm gonna flip this around. Is that now messing with your head? I'm following the signs to the exit, otherwise I'd get really confused. Nice hat. And you step out onto the pleasure beach in the distance and the upside down house. There you go. Definitely worth a visit and take loads of photos. So great to see all these little places open, doing business. Merivale Model Village is open. Wow. That looks pretty impressive. I think most people are now coming out their houses out of lockdown and coming to the seaside. Most of the bed and breakfasts and holiday parks are now open. We see that the Wellington Pier is open. Let's kind of have a quick walk through. So it used to be a theatre, it's now a bowling alley. The bowling area is not currently open, but it is open to go and get yourself a takeaway coffee or a little bit of food. This must be a first. I've never seen adventure golf on a beach before. Nice idea. So the Sea Life Centre is open, people are queuing for it there. Hand sanitisers and social distancing at the ready. The cafe's not open, but you can get yourself some takeaway coffee and a bit of food. I believe that this is actually open right now. And an interesting story, when this used to be a cinema, men and women weren't allowed to sit together. They had to be separated either sides of the room when they went there to watch a film or a show. You can see all the famous stars that once donned the stage here at the old Windmill Theatre. I think some of these must be left over from what used to be the waxworks. People queuing up for their Harry Ramsdens. Like I say, most of the pubs and the bars are actually open, obviously, because you can sit outside and get yourself a drink and social distance. Again, the amusements, they're open as well, but again, with social distancing, limiting the amount of people that are in there. You can clearly see it along here, actually. So this place is almost levelled, to be honest, to make way for the new Marina Centre, which should be open next year. Good to see the road train and the horses back in action along here. This is one of my favourite adventure golf courses actually on the seafront. It's absolutely massive. Theming of it is really good as well, with the pirates and everything and the boats. And for all the people worried about public toilets not being open, they are. This is one way round. So Joyland looking great in the sunshine, the famous snails. Obviously they're operating a one-way policy around this little amusement park. Kids would love it. They get tokens to go on as many rides as they want. So obviously to stop the flow of people coming in and out, they've closed that entrance. And so obviously it's one way from the front all the way around. And we're coming up to something that is very special. In fact, this is the only one left in the world Virginia wheels we're talking about. These are the tub twists. There used to be one in Blackpool at the Blackpool Pleasure Beach. They got rid of that, so this is the only one left of its kind in the world. Amazing. Definitely come and try it. So it's been a while since I've been on here, probably since last year. I think it was open last week as well. Let's just see how it looks. Always a great place to get your rock. There's no one-way system here on the pier, just these footnotes saying to keep your distance, which I think can be tough at times because there's a bit of a squeeze. First off, the Arabian Derby, which has been here for so long. So I was in Cromer Pier the other week, and you could clearly see there was one-way system on Cromer Pier. But here on Britannia Pier, there's not really much of a one-way system. I guess they could do it around the other side, but I guess it's a very wide pier and people are doing it pretty well. Great view of the beach and the donkeys that are out today. So you can see the Pleasure Beach in the distance up there. Wellington Pier as well. Obviously the amusements are open. The theatre, as of filming this, is still not open. Another access down to the beach there. And you used to be able to walk down some steps here to go out onto this bit of the pier, but as you can see, the erosion on it is pretty bad, so they completely blocked it off. You'll notice you don't get much of a tide here in Great Yarmouth, so this pier never actually sticks out into the sea. I definitely think that needs a bit of a repaint, don't you? It's been looking a little bit shabby for a while now. Really rusty as well. But I guess not too many people see this side. I know that some of the dressing rooms are there for some of the stars that come. And I remember, I think it was a few years ago, I think it was Alan Carr who was on, and I heard his laugh out of one of those dressing rooms. I wasn't hanging around the dressing room, I was literally just walking past and I heard his laugh. If you know who Alan Carr is and his laugh, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. Little places here to spend your pennies. Sorry, I meant Jimmy Carr, not Alan Carr. It's easy to get the two confused. So that was Great Yarmouth Seafront Attractions. Thank you so much for watching. As always, follow me on social media. Remember to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you Friday.